to Knit One,
Part 2, episode 90.
Woohoo! I'm Sheila, also known as Sheila D37.
And I'm Wendy, also known as Penny Wendy.
So just a few reminders. We have our holiday knit along that ends the end of December. That's knitting anything holiday theme related, ornaments, stockings, anything with a holiday picture of it, whether Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, Christmas.
Anything like that.
Yeah. And then we're also doing a knit along that ends the end of January in honor of Knit Pearl Girl.
Yep, which is any pattern that she did,
designed.
Free or pay. Yeah, designed, free or pay pattern, up to you. And do know that the paid patterns that you purchase, that money will go to her family. So
yes. Just another little throw out there. Lois from Knitting's My Bag created a funny little Feliz Navidad video. We have a link of it in our thread. It's actually Feliz Navidad is the name of the thread.
The thread is, you have to check it out. It's hilarious.
Funny. It looks like she took pictures from
Rhinebeck. It's a jib jab video, and you have to check out the part when the Lois character eats the jumping beans, because that's my favorite part.
So if you get a chance, check out that. Lois, you're nuts.
I know, Lois is a nut. And then she was saying she's working on a Knit One Heart 2 surprise, so I don't even know what that is. She asked me, and I quote, "Have you ever seen the television show with Hyacinth Bouquet, Mrs. Bucket?"
I know which one she's talking
and
about.
I said,
Keeping
yes.
Up Appearances.
Keeping Up Appearance. I said, yes, I love that show. And I said, and then there was nothing. So I wrote, are you just going to leave me hanging?
This is the bouquet.
Lady
Mrs.
of the
Bucket?
No, bouquet.
It's spelled like bucket.
We always call my mom Hyacinth.
My mother used to love that show.
Yeah, we love it. So, yeah, I don't know. I have no idea what that cryptic message meant. Then she said, I'm working on a surprise for Knit One Heart 2. I was like, okay. It makes me afraid. Very afraid. We have 1,098 members on the road.
We're going to have a little guest appearance here.
Oh, we are going to have a guest appearance.
Come
here.
No,
Ollie.
He probably will come. We're at Wendy's if you can't tell.
Yeah.
If you see the camera move.
Ollie's on the table.
And if you see a tail covering us soon.
Come here, buddy.
Come here, sweetie.
Come on over. Come on. This is a new kitty, Ollie.
Say hi.
Say hi, kitty. Look, do you see me in there? Yeah, he's like, whatever. I'm not impressed. This is Ollie. He's a good boy.
He's a really good boy.
All right, buddy. Yeah, but you need to stay down.
Or stay in one place.
Yeah, you need to. You can just sit here.
Yeah. So you go first.
All right. So let's see. Little Batty.
Let me take him. Hi, Ollie.
Little Batty, did not work on it. I'm showing it to you again. Still in the middle of the same row. It's because I have been busy. This is my own design, Someday. It's in Blue Moon Fiber Art Socks That Rock Lightweight in the Rookie colorway, which if I hold it up a little closer, you can kind of see it. It's mostly black with some purple and blue in it and teal. And I'm using a US 6 4mm needle. So that one, no love this week. Another project that got no love is the Aquaphobia socks, because I still have to make that tutorial and I can't do any more on these until I do. So hopefully that will motivate me to finally get it done, because I'm running out of things to knit.
You'll just cast on something else.
And yeah, well, I know. I'm going to.
Is that the only thing you have currently on the needles then?
This is the only thing I have on the needles right now, except for I need to cast on another elf hat for my son, and I was going to do that this morning, and I didn't have time. And, well, I did have time, but I didn't do it. Let's just be honest. I had the time. I didn't take the time. And then the Shetland Triangle, which is down on the floor over there, that hasn't had any love because I can't find the book with the pattern.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
So I have to find that book. I cannot imagine where it could have gone.
I have to go to the library after this and see if I can find it.
If you do, make an extra copy for me, because I can't find my book right now. All right. So that's it. Light on the needles this week.
So that's all you have on the needles?
That's all I have.
Right, I only have one, and it's certainly seen more progress than you saw it last week. I actually turned it into a pattern, not mine. I'm using Turn a Square by Jared Flood, and it's Jared Flood. It's his striping, but I don't know how he does it. I just do it because I like the crown on it. It looks good, and I like the striping. So I started off with the blue and the light blue, and ran out of the
Charcoaly.
the what's
Heathered
blue, and went into the darker, more of a navy blue. I like it. So I'm on the decreases now. Should fit my brother, I hope.
It should.
Yeah, it should. And I should be finished with it soon. So it's Jared Flood's Turn a Square. And where are this is my seam. Well, not my seam, but my join. I don't do anything special either.
I don't either.
But for some reason, I have somebody chewing on it.
He likes yarn.
That's okay. It works out well.
He's a fan of yarn.
Yeah, let me see. I tried it on at school the other. Yeah, this will be fine.
Yeah, it looks good.
Not on me, but it looks good. So,
but it looks nice. The hat looks nice.
What was I gonna say? Yeah, so I'm gonna do that. I'm almost done. I'll be done with it. If I actually sat down for half an hour, I'd finish it.
I know. That's the thing. That's how I am about that stupid video that I'm going to do. If I would just sit down, it would literally take me 20 minutes to do it.
No, over here. This one you can have. There you go.
So, anything else on the needles for you?
That's
it. This is like nothing on the needles week.
Yeah, but for me, that's nothing new. I only have one. Technically, I do have something else on the needles. I'm just not working on it. I have that sock.
Yeah.
So.
But I do have a couple of dates to rate. Number 1, you are seeing it again. This is the finished Skipperdee sweater. I'll stand up so you can see the front. Oh, it's better when I stand up. You can see it.
You can see the colors a little bit better.
Yeah. It's really a cute sweater. My shirt's sticking out the bottom. It's a 3/4 length sleeve. I'm wearing it with long sleeves because it makes my arms itch.
Oh, okay.
Sweaters make my arm itch. And it was supposed to have 8 buttons, and I used a button calculator to help figure out where to place them, and I put the wrong number, and I only did 7 buttons, but
it's all right. It still looks good.
I love it. It came out great. Looks nice open, too.
Yep.
So, yeah, I totally love it. And this is my very first hand-knit sweater, and I love that it's called Skipperdee because it will always remind me of Skip. So that's kind of a nice, a nicer way to remember him. And I was knitting it around the time that he left us. So, but yeah, love it. Fits like a glove. I am always happy when a sweater comes out. I mean, I was lucky I got to try the sample on, so I knew that the size would fit me. But
he stinks.
I know he has kitty food farts. Unfortunately,
he stinks.
Stinky farts. So yes, this is Skipperdee Sweater by Julia Farwell Clay, and I hand spun it out of Spinner's Hill. It's a blue and purple wool blend that I picked up at Mass Sheep and Wool, and that was the lady that her thing wasn't working, her reader wasn't working, and she let me just take 2 pounds of fiber home and send her a check, which was kind of awesome.
Yeah.
So that was really the whole thing. This is like a positive thing. The only thing that's left is I am gonna reinforce the button bands with ribbon. Melissa from His and Hers, I did, and I bought the ribbon for it, but I never sat down and did it. Melissa from His and Hers podcast swears by a Knit More Girls tutorial on how to reinforce button bands. So I'm going to look at that and see. I know, there's cat fur all over me. And there's dog fur spun into this.
Oh, right.
Because Skipperdee had long curly hair on parts of him. So, yeah, that really is the Skipperdee sweater. So that's number 1. I showed it to you last week, but it is truly finished. Everything is finished. All the ends are seamed in. The only thing I have to do is the button bands. And frankly, that's not going to happen until next year.
Yeah.
I'm just not going to have time to sit down to it. I barely had enough time to sit down to the buttons. I'm really happy with the buttons that I picked out. I got them from Joann Fabric. I almost went with ones that had like a lighter turquoise
No,
pop.
I like it.
But I liked how these kind of blended more in, so you don't. It's not like buttons right in
Right.
your face. And I think they're pretty good. I spent a long time in Joann trying to find the right buttons. So that's number one. Number two is Crosswords at the Coffee Shop by Carrie Steinmetz, who is also known as Knit Pearl Girl, in Cascade Pistaza on US 8 needles. Very easy pattern to knit. The only thing I'm not happy about, and you can see it, is that the end curls up. She does suggest in the pattern, which I noticed after I got started, that you can knit a couple of rows of garter before you start the lace. I think that if it was this yarn is probably slightly heavier than what she used for her sample. I think if it was a slightly lighter yarn, it probably wouldn't curl quite so much. And it's still damp because I blocked it last night. But there it is. Sorry. And it's a nice heavy shawl that can just sit right on your shoulders. You could use like a little button right there, but it's nice and warm. I was going to give it to Charity, but I realized that it would probably just get ruined because it's llama and wool. Well, I just, in a nursing home, it's not like somebody's going to hand wash something.
Exactly.
So I think it would be better for me to donate something else to the nursing home, and I am going to give this as a gift to somebody. I don't know who yet, but somebody. But yeah, it was an enjoyable knit. I'm going to crochet an edge on it so that it won't curl. I don't know, maybe just a single crochet edge will be enough. I was thinking I might do picot to give it a little extra. I don't know. I will show it again on the show after I do the crocheted edging so you can see what difference it made, if anything, in case anybody else is having this issue. There were a couple of things that I would modify about this the next time I did it. The next time I did it, I think I would make it a lot longer. Because the great thing about her pattern is it would be really easy to modify the length by just adding more repeats. Because all you have to do is know where the center of the shawl is and start your short rows.
Right.
After that. So it's pretty easy to modify. I think I would slip every stitch on both of the edges. I didn't slip the edges, so there's a little bit of a curl on the edge. It's not terrible. It's not as drastic as this curl, but I think the next time I did it, I would do that. But all in all, it was a really fun pattern to knit, and knitting on it made me think about Carrie all week, which was kind of fun. Sad, but fun to think of her.
Right.
Her memorial is going to be on Saturday, and if you go to the Friends of Knit Pearl Girl group, there is going to be a knitting vigil, and at the time of her memorial service, which I believe is 1 o'clock Eastern time on Saturday, there's a thread in there for the knitting vigil. I think they're also going to have the chat room open in her group if you want to chat live with people during the service. I'm probably not going to do that, not because I don't want to honor Carrie, but because Saturday is kind of a crazy day for us, and I'm not really sure I'm going to be home at that time. So I'm just going to try my best to send a few positive thoughts to her family and her friends at the time of her memorial. But fun knit, I can highly recommend it. This would make a great gift knit because once you know what you're doing, it just knits up really fast.
Yeah.
And it's one of my favorite things, a bottom-up shawl. It gets smaller as you knit. So towards the end, you're flying through the rows. So it's good. So that's that. The other thing I finished, also centering on Carrie, is I made a snowflake for her family, this Christmas tree, but it came out really big. And I cut off this much. It could have been like this much bigger. But there it is. They could maybe hang it in a window. I'm still going to send it. It was fun to make. I used half a cup of water and a tablespoon of starch in a big 2-cup measuring cup, and I put it in the microwave and I heated it on high for 1 minute. You have to watch it though, because if it boils out of the cup, it will get all over your microwave oven, and it's like this slimy, sticky goop. But it becomes almost translucent, and that's when you know that it's thickened and it's ready. And then you dip the whole snowflake in there until it soaks up all the starch. And then I like got the excess off with paper towel, blotted it with a paper towel until you couldn't see it, globs of it on there, until it was just the clear snowflake. And then I put a paper towel down over my blocking mat. This is a key step because you don't want to get this starch stuff all over your mats. And then I pinned it out. So it did not look this big before I pinned it out either. I had no idea it was going to be so giant. But the pattern is called Snowflake Made During the Paralympics. Not the most snappy pattern title, but Snowflake Made During Paralympics by Deborah Atkinson. And I did it in pearl cotton using a 3.5 millimeter crochet hook. And I think it came out nice.
Good.
It's pretty. My son said it looks so ugly when it was pinned out, but when you take it up, it looks like a real snowflake. I said, "Yep." I don't know why it looks so ugly, and it is starched, man. Like it can
Could hurt someone.
It's pointy.
Could be a weapon.
I mean, it could be a throwing star. So yeah, so I really was busy this week in terms of things that are off the needles, getting off the needles. So that explains why I have nothing on the needles, because I finished the buttons, the snowflake, and the shawl yesterday. All right, so that's all I have for Rate My Date.
I got nothing.
Whirlwind
Nice and
Romance.
easy.
Oh, you need to just talk for a second. I forgot my Whirlwind Romance.
All right. I don't know what to talk about. My future. I'll go into future dates. So I was talking about doing Carrie's Knit Pearl Girls Crosswords at the coffee shop with my Gypsy Girl creations, but this is going to be a gift, and I decided that the colorway would be best suited for a longer scarf, so I'm going to do the clapetee with it. And they have so many different, I think they call it the rule of fives with the clapetee. 1/5 is the beginning, 4/5,
Yes.
or 3/5 is the middle, and then 1/5 is the decrease.
Yes.
So that's how you can figure it out if you don't have the exact amount of yarn that it requires. Yeah. And I want to make one maybe like this wide.
A narrow one. Not
Yeah,
a big
I mean
one.
enough to make it on your thing, but enough to wrap around maybe twice, or do the fancy ones where you put the loop and you put the loop through.
Yeah.
And
I think that's a good idea.
yeah, so
that's your future date?
that's my future date.
So my future date is going to be the Shipwreck Shawl. I talked about it last week. I'm using Spirit Trail Fiberworks Clotho, which is a merino lace weight in the Ancient Stones colorway. And it's got kind of a grayish blue and a green and a little bit of a lavender, and it's really pretty. And I got these beads. These are Miyuki glass seed beads, 6/0 beads. This is 250 grams of beads, which I think is about 3,000 beads. The pattern calls for 5,000. I don't think I need 5,000.
You sure?
I'm pretty sure I don't.
It's heavy.
It's heavy. I don't think any more than this would be good. And I was going to order these online. There are a couple places that you can order seed beads online. One of them is Shipwreck Beads, coincidentally enough. Shipwreck Beads.
Well, they could have started it after. I don't know.
No, I don't know. It's Shipwreck Beads is one of them. There's the Bead Wrangler on
I've heard the Bead
Etsy.
Wrangler.
That's where Steve got the beads for
That's
his
probably what I've
Even
heard of
Star. And I did look at those places. But my problem is that this is a really delicate color. And if you look at these beads like this, they do not look like they go with that yarn. But when you look at them individually, they're almost clear.
Yeah.
And they just have a tiny bit of color on the inside. And so when you take them individually and put them up against the yarn, they're a perfect match. And that was the reason why I didn't want to order them online. But I ended up paying twice what I would pay. I paid $30 for this number of beads. You could probably get them for $12 or $15 if you bought them online. And if I did it again, what I would do is go to my local bead store, find the ones that matched, take note of what they are, and go online and order them. And I had a little freak out this week because I thought that I was supposed to have 6 0 beads, and these are 8 0 beads. And Sheila was saying, geez, if they were any smaller than that, I don't think they would fit on the yarn. And so I was all panicking about it, and then I went and looked, and I realized that 6 0 are the really big ones that you get in the beads, like at Joann. You know, just the regular seed beads, and these are actually the small ones. So I'm all good. I'm glad I didn't embarrass myself by taking them back to the store, which I was about to do. So I have that all ready to go. I will probably cast that on over the next few days because Melissa from His and Hers podcast and I are doing like a support knit along. She had started one when she was pregnant, I think, or on maternity leave with her second child, who's grown up a little bit now. And so we're going to like help each other get through it. So she's ahead of me. She's finished most of the summer medallion, I think. So I want to kind of catch up to her by January. We're going to officially start in January. So that's it for my future dates. Whirlwind Romance, which I had to get up and get. I have started spinning Flower Shop Inferno, which I keep calling Atomic Flower Pot. Flower Shop Inferno, Atomic Flower Pot, same thing. This is 100% Portuguese merino. It's so gorgeous. And I have a pound and a half, I think, and I'm spinning for another sweater. This one's just going to be a plain V-neck pullover. Nothing fancy. I just want a plain stockinette sweater out of it because I think the colors are so beautiful. So what I did is I took the braid and I divided it into thirds, and these are 2/3 right here, and I kept the colorways together, like in the same order, and this is 1/3 spun up, and what I'll do is I'll spin the other 2/3 and then I will ply them in the same direction so the colors run together. And that's what I did for my Captain Tight pants that made like the gradient, the slow gradient, because it won't exactly match up, but most of the time at least 2 of the plies will be one color, so it will make these nice like graded, shaded stripes. And on the hat, they were nice and big. On a sweater, they're going to be a lot thinner because it's a lot more stitches around. But I think it's going to be really beautiful. And I love this. This spins like a dream. So this is the first of 6 bags.
Oh, wow.
So I have a while to go. I didn't get a lot of spinning in this week, but this spun up really fast. So that's all I have as a Whirlwind Romance right now. I was going to do a palette cleanser, but I was so excited after finishing this sweater to get started on another one that I was like, I better just get that done. So, and that's that for Whirlwind Romance. And you don't have anything. Just checking.
Nope.
I never want to assume. Crushes and Heartbreaks. So all this week it's all crushes for me. I didn't really have any heartbreaks. Ollie is my big crush, obviously. He's really made the whole house.
I think
to see where he was. Now he's sitting in my seat.
All right, I keep hearing.
That's probably Oscar.
No, Oscar's here. All right.
It might be the refrigerator.
Maybe.
We used up a lot of ice.
Oh.
So Ollie the kitten, we got him on Saturday. We had been talking about getting a cat for a while. And when we knew that we had to put Skippy down, it seemed like a good idea to do it the weekend afterwards to sort of take everybody's whole attention off of that. And it's worked really well. He's a great cat. He gets along with the other cats really well. He gets along. Oscar's up there playing with him now. He and Oscar, I took a nap the other day. I had a migraine, and when I woke up, all 3 cats were lying next to me on the bed, like in different areas. Ollie sat in my lap almost all day yesterday. I think it's almost like he knows how bad I feel lately. I don't know, but it's been really good. Took him to the vet. The only downside is the vet that looked at him was the one that put the dog down. And when he left the room to do some stuff, I kind of had a little breakdown in there
He didn't
because
give you a hard time though, did he?
no, he was really nice.
Okay.
You know, I don't think he intended to make me feel bad when he did it. He just did. I just think that was his bumbling way of trying to make things better. I don't know. But anyway, Ollie's healthy. He doesn't have to go back for a year. He's all set. And the kids love it. My daughter picked out the name Oliver for him, and I love it that we have Ollie and Oscar.
Oh, it was Maggie.
Oh, wow. She never goes that deep out of the upstairs. Our cat lived upstairs for the whole time that we had the dog. She never came downstairs. We had to put a litter box and food dishes up there. Now that he's gone, she has apparently feels free to come down in the rest of the house.
Although I think Oscar feels differently.
Well, she and Oscar, she's crazy. She's 15 and she bites everybody. She doesn't really like Oscar or the new cat that much, but she won't hurt them. So that's my big crush. My second crush, thank you so much for everyone who commented after last week's show. It really it did lift my spirits. It was just wonderful to have so many people share their experiences or just say a kind word. I'm not going to talk too much about it or I'm going to start crying, but it was really, I needed that. I needed that so much. I've been feeling bad for a long time because I knew we were going to have to put Skip down. It's been weighing on me for a couple of months. I think that's why I've been so depressed lately. I'm feeling a lot now. I'm tearing up. I'm feeling a lot better now that we got past it. So I thank you, internet friends. You may be invisible, but I felt like you were with me all last week, so I appreciate that. And my last crush is that I have set myself a personal 30-day challenge. This is the most eatingest time of the year. Thanksgiving to Christmas. And so, and now that my leg is fully conditioned and I have control of my chest dysfunction that was going on since October, I need to get back in the physical track. But it's tough for me to get to the gym when I have so much baking and errands and stuff to do because the gym is like 20 minutes from my house and then I work out there for like an hour. It takes out like a huge chunk of my morning. So my personal 30-day challenge is to do a 30-day workout at home, a 30-day. 30-minute workout at home every day. Watch my calories. I'm not counting. I'm not hardcore counting. I'm just keeping an eye on it so that I'm trying to eat I'm doing portion control and I'm trying not to indulge in treats. If I have one treat, then that's it for that day. You know, basically I'm just eating moderately because I just want to get back into the habit of exercising. I am drinking my 6 of these every day, which always stinks the first day, but after that I'm okay with it. I'm allowing myself 1 iced tea a day. Because I still really like iced tea, but it is dehydrating, so it's better to drink the water. I'm using the 30-Day Shred video by Jillian Michaels, which I already own, because I'm familiar with it, and also because I discussed it in detail with my my physical therapist before I left, and she helped me mod a few things so that it won't hurt my knee. And it's been really good. This is going to be day 5. I started on the 3rd, the 2nd or the 3rd. The 3rd. I started on I don't know. I started on the 2nd. I don't remember. It's on Twitter. I keep track on Twitter. I don't know. I think yesterday was day 4. So I'm on day 5. So I must have started on the 2nd. And I'm going to keep going until after the new year. And I hope that's going to kickstart me into the next year when I really am going to go back to my original hardcore weight loss tracking and all that stuff so that I can get rid of the 20 pounds I put on from my knee injury and then lose some more weight. So I think that's making me feel really positive too, but the 30-minute is great. And I recommend this for anybody who's thinking of you could even make it 5 minutes a day.
Right.
Just to get in the habit of doing it. And the thing I like about doing the video at home, and they have a bunch of really great videos online that you can use to work out too, like if you just want to stream it on your computer, is that I can do it anytime during the day. So I basically leave my whole morning free to do my baking, my errands, gift wrapping, whatever I have to, the kids, carting them around, and I wait until we're home for the evening and the kids are doing their homework, and then I do my workout. So otherwise, that's time that I would just be like sitting
around,
there
right.
waiting for them to ask me questions. So it's working out really well, and it doesn't detract from what I have to do. So those are that's it. That was a long one, but that was it.
My crushes and heartbreaks, a couple of them. It's funny because they're all kind of a little both. So my school, I have my finals next week in computers and EKG. It's a crush because I'm going to be done with school, but it's a heartbreak because the teachers have been really nice. I will keep in touch with a couple of the students that I've become friends with, and we are doing our externship. And then we have to take our certified phlebotomist exam, and we're going to do all that together, which is good. So it's a crush that, I'm excited that I'm over and done with, but it's a heartbreak that I'm over and done with it.
Yeah, I know.
It's, it's... I
Bittersweet.
can't believe how quickly it's come back.
I know. It even seems quick to me.
Another crush and heartbreak is my husband's home for the next 2 weeks. The good thing on that one is...
Why?
He had to take 2 weeks vacation in a row. His department is forcing him to do that.
Why?
He didn't have to take it now, but this was the only time that was available.
Because I know my friend used to work for a bank, and everyone had to take 2 weeks vacation. You had to take 2 weeks in a row so they could go through they could check you out to make sure you weren't stealing from the bank.
Oh, is that what it is? I don't know.
I don't know if that's true of his company, but
it was his department.
It was Bank of America is what she used to work for.
So yeah, he had to take 2 weeks in a row, and because it was close to the end of the year, this is what he could pick. And I'm like, oh God. He goes, I'm gonna bug you, and I said no because I'm not gonna be home.
No, you'll just come to my house.
Well,
come to my house.
No, I have class next week.
Well, that's true.
I have class next week, and I have it up until at least Monday of the following week. And then afterwards, it won't be so bad because we'll actually do our Christmas shopping.
Yeah, and he can help with that, but...
Yeah.
That sounds even horrible to me.
But this time last year, he was laid off.
Oh, yeah. So we're thankful that he has a job to take a 2-week vacation from.
Exactly. So those are my crushes and heartbreaks. So if by Friday I have thinner hair... Because he's going to bust my butt.
I'm so glad that my husband is not going to be home. But my husband will be home for 2 weeks at Christmas time because his company is closed. I will have... Yeah, but see, that'll be good because the kids will, play with him the whole time. And my mom and I can just do whatever we want. And my dad will be on his computer. That's how that works.
Yeah, no, I don't get such luxury there.
No, see, when the kids are home, they are on my husband like white on rice because, he works pretty long hours. They don't see him.
Yeah, that'll be interesting because this is the first time besides summer that my kids are going to be coming out of school and he'll be there. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes. It'll be interesting. So
I'm glad it's not me.
Good
luck with that. Yeah, good luck with that, Sheila.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
So, is that it? Baubles and Bling? I have lots of baubles and bling this week. Some of it came in the mail, and it's not even on my show notes.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that one.
Let's do all our patterns first together. We got a lot of patterns.
Well, I've gotten some over the last couple of weeks that I've kind of forgotten to mention.
Because last week she mentioned she got some that she didn't show. So I'm going to show mine because I have pictures.
Yeah, I didn't print them out.
Yeah. This is Hug Monster, which I got from Charming Loki, who has a podcast. And that is... Where is there a bigger picture of it? It's really cute.
It is cute.
She gave me a hug because she knew I was feeling bad, and that's what they look like. Aren't they cute? I love that pattern. So I'm definitely going to knit this at some point. And thank you so much for sending me this pattern. It did feel like a hug across the internet.
Oh, good.
So, and that was what it was intended to do. And then Heather.
I got this as well.
Highland Handmaids, Heather of Highland Handmaids, also known as Boutros Bay, sent us Don't Cage Me in Socks. And you know what is so funny?
She designed them, by the way.
She designed them, yes. She's the designer. Darren from Knitting in Circles was knitting these on, and he had pictures of them on Instagram.
Yeah, I saw them.
And I was like thinking, ooh, I totally want to make that sock pattern. Now I can.
I don't know if you remember a couple of years ago when I first dove into the testing pool.
Yeah.
I tested something similar to that, but you remember it went all the way around?
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do.
I ended up giving the socks to my sister-in-law, and they're probably sitting in our drawer.
Yeah, I love this. So thank you, Heather. This is awesome. It looks like a really pretty pattern, and it's something that I might actually be interested in knitting. And I'm so glad now that I don't have to be jealous of Darren, and I can just have my own. The next thing that I got is the Aspen wrap, and this was gifted to me by Knitting Mummy of 6. That's the Aspen wrap. I love that pattern. It's been in my queue forever. Our friend Lara made this.
Oh,
and that's when I first saw it. And
I thought it looked familiar, but I couldn't remember if it was something I queued or if...
I really like it. It's in DK weight. It's a big drapey, heavy wrap. And I have...
You have the yarn for it?
I have the yarn for this in my stash.
What are you thinking of using?
I might use some alpaca.
Oh, all right.
But I also have some merino. Lord, what don't I have in my stash? I have a lot of stuff in my stash that I could use for that. So I'm very excited about this. I think you said you got this one too.
I did.
Is it from the same
Wild
person?
Hearted 11?
Yes.
Yeah,
okay, we both got
the scrappy lengthways scarf.
Scrappy lengthwise scarf. I am ridiculously excited about knitting this. This has been in my stash on my
It's been in my queue for years.
For a long time. I think
I'm going to do it as a cowl.
Yeah, I think that'll be really awesome.
Instead of, it's a free pattern. No, it's not. It's a pay for pattern.
It is.
Instead of doing even,
I
think you could just do odd.
Yeah. I think it's really pretty.
But I've been planning on a scarf like that with my Wool My Sammy ever since I got my Wool My Sammy.
It's really pretty. So those are the wait, 1, 2, 3.
I got one over here.
I'm like, I had 4. Where is it?
I was just looking at hers to see.
Oh yeah, that was the 4 patterns that I got gifted to me this week. They were all random active pattern in honor of Carrie. And
I got quite a few.
Sheila has some too.
Some from previous weeks. So I just want to do a shout out to the people who sent me patterns from previous weeks. From November 22nd, I Rock Knits sent me For Good Hat. It's called For Good Hat. It's by Megan Williams from the Talking at Zombies podcast. Mm-hmm. It's a cute little hat with a button.
Steve from Dramatic Knits
knit it. Excuse me, itchy nose. I want to thank Kathy 02125 from last week. She sent me snowball buddies. They're little ornaments. They look like snowballs.
Oh!
That have hats on them. They're really cute. And I think I have cat hair up my nose.
Sorry.
No, not your fault. I shouldn't have held them. No fault. Also, I want to say thank you to Candyland from last week. She sent me Snickerdoodle, which is a cowl. And I think I have the yarn that I'm going to do with that. So thank you. Charming Loki sent me a pattern this week as well. Cairngorm. Thank you. Whatever it is.
Cairngorm.
Peaksley scarf. I don't know. Cairngorm Peaksley scarf. It's a really pretty with some texture to it and lace. And I thank you on that. Mama to Be sent me Tiny Tree from Susan B. Anderson.
Aww.
It's a cute little tiny tree ornament.
Cool.
And I like that. And then Jack's grandma sent me Urbana by Stephen West.
Ooh.
It's the one that has the slit in it that you pull through.
Oh, that's cool.
So
I like that.
I thank you very much, everyone, for the patterns. I really do appreciate it.
So I have a couple of physical baubles in Bling. And I'm just writing them down because I got them. Sheila stopped at the P.O. box, and she also brought my mail in from the steps when she came over, and that's where we got them. So the first thing, and I talked about this before, I knit the spiral cowl out of I'll Be Known for Christmas yarn, which was included with the Knitting's My Bag Bag and More kit for Christmas, or holiday kit. And because it needs a little button, I ordered this darling wooden gnome button from Wild Plums. It's out of poplar wood. It's an Etsy store. Here's their business card. Handmade by Amanda Cowell. And she sent a sample of her hand spun yarn in this little bag, so I'm going to open. Let's see how her hand spun yarn looks.
Oh, pretty.
It's puffy. I like that color. Very pretty. So that was kind of sweet. But I think this is going to be cute. I'll show it to you when I have the button put on. I'm going to put a loop on it, just a loop to go over it.
Oh, all right.
And I love it that I just think that is so freaking cute. I had to get a gnome thing, and I love it because this is a gnome, but it's not that traditional red hat. It's just kind of subtle.
Right.
Gorgeous. So that's number one, Baubles and Bling. Wildplums.etsy.com is what they are. And the second thing is, and this, I can't even get over how crazy this is.
Oh.
So there was a box waiting for me at the post office, and I was like, wow, what could that be? And I have a really nice card from Melanie, who's also known as For Kitties Have I, and she's been a viewer for a long time, and I'm pretty sure she was a Draw Something friend, too.
I think so.
She sent me a really nice card and a little package, and I cannot get over this. If you remember, I have the one-arm Picard doll, only I can only find the arm. I don't know where Picard is.
Melissa, Sean,
You were going to
MJ,
die.
and Chris, and Lori.
She sent me another Picard doll, and he has accessories. I love it. He's a fully articulated action figure. And he has the stand. He has, I don't even know what that is. Is that a phaser?
It must be because they don't have lightsabers in Star Trek.
No, I know. It looks like a lightsaber. It's a Type 1 phaser.
An effective weapon against life forms.
He has a stand up or plug him into his base. He's always ready for action. So this is the arm from my plastic Picard doll. This one, he also has a uniform that you can take on and off, which is kind of awesome. I just can't even get over this. I love this. I'm going to have to take him out of the box.
The box is old.
I know, it's old.
You're going to destroy the...
I know, the value of it.
Exactly.
But what's the value of having...
If you can't enjoy it, I know.
He has accessories. He has like a little pad. I don't even know what that is.
He's
a
got
personal
a tricorder.
access display device, a tricorder, and a Type 1 phaser. It's the best thing ever. I love him. Thank you. Thank you so much. And she also sent me candy.
Be more than happy to take those thin mints off you if you want.
No way, man. Yum. I like this.
Jolly
These
Rancher.
are hard. These are crunch and chew, hard on the outside, chew on the inside, and they've enlarged it on the bottom to show detail.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, let's take one out and see what it looks like.
Are you done?
For science, I am done.
All right. I got a couple of baubles and blings beside my pattern. It is December, or it was the end of November last month, so my Blue Moon fiber shipment came.
Yay!
Of course, what did right here. So this month's shipment, it's weird because the first shipment was purple.
Yeah.
I'd say the last one's pretty much purple. It's called Cables of Wrath.
I love this.
There's a
colorway.
long story to the dyeing story on this one. It was supposed to be like oceans and blues and stuff, and when she had it all knit up, it just didn't look right. That's not what she wanted, so they over-dyed it, or they dyed up other colors. But so it's called Grapes of Wrath. It's really pretty.
Of Wrath.
Cables of Wrath. I keep saying grapes, and it's forever going to be known to me as Grapes of Wrath.
Yeah. Because we just changed the colorways to the way that we like them.
So it's really
we don't
pretty.
Even
It's
care.
got some dark purples and some
Almost black.
pink. Yeah, really pretty.
Yeah, I like this a lot. This is very
the two patterns. This looks familiar.
Yeah.
It's called Sandbar. Trying to read the
Yeah,
lettering
that's
on it.
hard to.
Sandbar by Kate Atherley.
And
this is a sock. There we go.
just has a cable on the sides.
Well, I'm not sure if they're on the... Yeah, it looks like they're on the sides. They're meandering cables.
On the sides.
Yeah.
And then just a rib, some kind of a rib stitch.
On the front and the back. And then the Celtic knot boot toppers. As much as I love boot toppers, they look great. Not my style. I'd never use it. But this is what it looks like. Really pretty.
Yeah, they are pretty.
For younger people, I'd say.
For people who wear boots like that. I
Yeah.
mean, when was the last time that you wore boots that showed your legs like that?
Well, my problem with wearing boots that show my legs is they don't fit my calves. I have big calves.
But seriously, like, I think the last time I wore boots with my legs exposed, I was like 18.
Or college.
Yeah. I didn't know that's a thing now.
Oh, big time.
Is it a thing now? I guess I'm not paying attention to the fashion.
So the cables, sorry, just looking at the socks, cables start at the toe and then they kind of meander up to the sides on the,
It's very pretty.
It's pretty. So that is my last Blue Moon shipment.
Yeah.
So I want to say thank you to everyone who pitched
in
for
that
shipment.
Was awesome.
It really made my year to know that I was getting something at least every other month. As much of a hassle as Blue Moon has been. So that was my Blue Moon shipment, and then when I went to the P.O. box, I got Dragon Brook Yarns had given you a skein of yarn.
Yes, and mine was eggplant, and I gave it as a prize.
Yes, and mine I picked Blue Hubbard, which is 95% wool, 5% llama.
From her own farm.
From her own farm. It's 140 yards worsted weight. And
it's really nice.
It really is nice. It's gorgeous coloring. This may or may not become a prize, depending on.
I know. I wanted to keep mine too, but I gave mine away. It's pretty.
That looks black, but it's really
blues that do not show well in this lighting.
It's a really dark navy blue.
It's like the same darkness, a little bit darker even than my sweater.
Yeah, it's really a dark navy blue. That's not actually that bad right there.
Yeah, that's how it looks.
It's a nice. It says worsted weight. I'd call it a heavier worsted weight.
It's an Aran weight. I'd say it's
really nice.
Leaning toward the Aran.
So, Barbara, thank you for this. I really do appreciate it.
Yes, we do.
And I will send you a notice to let you know that indeed I did get it. Because she sent one originally a while ago and I never got it.
Oh, no. I wonder what happened to it.
I don't know. She unfortunately didn't have any tracking info on it either. But so those are my baubles and bling, I think. That's it.
I just love this. I cannot get over the fact that I have this. I cannot wait until my husband comes home tonight. He is going to die when he sees this. Gossip and innuendo. So, yeah, I didn't get anything done that I said I would. String of pearls pattern. Have to get that out. Have I done that? No, I have not. All I have to do is sit down and make sure that I put all of the changes in, which I think I already have, and I need to put some photographs in. But I haven't done it because I'm lazy. Well, I've been busy. We've had a lot going on. What with the dog and the new cat and Christmas. It's been busy. So I'm not even going to promise anymore because that just makes me look even worse. I'm going to get it out when I get it out.
Probably next year.
Short row heel tutorial. I really do want to get that out soon because I would like to finish the socks so I can get them off of my needles. So I am going to make an effort to do that this weekend. This weekend is going to be less crazy than last weekend because we don't have to go out and get a pet, and we do have a birthday party to go to tomorrow, but it's not going to be anywhere near like last weekend. So hopefully that's going to get done. And I'm trying to think, is anything going on? The only thing that I know of that's going on locally is Spa Weekend, which will be the first weekend of February in, what's the name of the town? Where LL Bean is. Freeport, Maine. There you go.
We went up last year, didn't we?
Yeah. Are you going up again? I'm going to meet up with somebody up there. I know. So I'm definitely going up for the day. I may go with Lisa. Might go with me, but if I would like it for you to go with me too. So it
just depends on what's going on with my externship / job at that point.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I get it that you can't really make plans, but so I'm definitely going at least for the day. And I'm meeting up with somebody from the knitting group, the Ravelry group. Sorry.
Oh, cool.
So that'll be fun to say hello to that person. And a couple of my favorite people are going to be there. Spunky Eclectic's going to be there.
Is
Janet
Diane going
Knoll
this year?
Farms. Who?
Is Diane going?
Oh yeah, they're going for the whole weekend.
I know. I just.
Jessa Lou Bags is going to be there. She's going to stay for the whole weekend too. She's trying to convince me to go and stay for the whole weekend. But you know what? I just don't feel like making that trip for the whole weekend. If I do stay for the whole weekend, I'm going to stay with my aunt.
That's right.
And visit the baby. Her daughter has a baby. We only go there to see the baby. Sorry, Carol. We're only there to see the baby.
It happened to me when I had my kids. They never saw me anymore. They just wanted to see the baby.
Oh, I know. Baby.
I'm going to steal one.
Yeah, please do. I took one out for science. Apparently they're crunchy on the outside, soft on the inside.
I want a watermelon one. I'm picky.
Yeah. Pick through, find the one that you want. So, yeah, I think that's it for...
I don't really have it much for gossip and innuendo. My gossip and innuendo tends to coincide with crushes and heartbreaks.
Yeah. Well, I try to think gossip and innuendo is more like knitting stuff. Crushes and heartbreaks is more like personal stuff. I don't know of any knitting stuff that's going on. I mean, we talked about the KALs and I don't know.
There is no watermelon. Oh, I got one watermelon.
Oh, did I eat a watermelon? Is that what this is?
I don't know.
Yes.
No.
There were like 2 watermelons. I randomly picked out one.
Sorry.
Jolly Ranchers.
No,
My
but-
brother loves Jolly Ranchers.
Yeah, my kids do too.
Yeah, I love Junior Mints, so
I
these
love
are all
Junior
going in my belly.
On that note, I think we're all
We're
set.
done. Since we're just sitting here randomly talking about nothing.
Yep.
A show about nothing. All right, so thank
have a good
you.
week. Thanks for watching. Any new viewers for checking us out for the first time, we appreciate it.
Yes, we do.
Any returning viewers, thanks for coming back each and every week.
If you want to donate to the show or get a t-shirt from our shop or join our Ravelry group, all of those are located over here. My finger's off the screen. And
Any contact information is above my head.
Yep. What gives you our P.O. box and our groups and all of our social media stuff. So on that note.
Oh, did we want to say that we're going to take the week of between Christmas and New Year's off?
Yeah, we're not gonna film for 1 week during
After
the holidays.
Christmas, yeah.
The Friday after Christmas.
So our last recording, we have 2 more recordings, I think.
Yes. We don't usually take a week off, but I'm gonna have family in my house and holiday stuff.
And we're going to have the
on.
kids.
It would not be worth it, and who knows if anything will even get knit that week. So, just a heads up that I think it's going to be
Our last recording will be the 21st.
and then our next recording.
Which, according to the Mayan calendar, is the last day.
Okay, as long as the world doesn't end on the 21st, we will be recording on that day. Never fear. And then we will be back in the new year.
Yes. And on that note, have a good week.
Yeah, try not to worry about the world ending. Thanks, Sheila. A viewer told us that the world is not going to end. She said that it's just a sign of change.
Hopefully
That
for the better.
the translation, that they've determined that the translation is that a great change will come.
Hopefully for the better.
Yes, I would think it would be for the better.
Can't get any worse. I mean, it can, but...
Okay, and with that, words cursing us to a change for the worse. Let's just stop now. Stop now.
Have a good week.
Talk to you later. Knit with heart.